Today we're talking about video marketing for financial advisors with me, David Poole, and Chief Numero Uno, number one founder, Rob Yates of the Advisor Business School.
Hello.
Hello, Rob. We get asked a lot by financial advisors on how they can enhance their marketing through video. And there's so many tools out there to do cool videos and what have you not. We're not going to explore that today. We're actually going to go into the undercurrent that is the vital life signs of your video marketing. So people will actually pick the phone up or click on the booking form to get in touch with
David,
you.
I just want to say something as we step into this, is that if you're not yet using video for your marketing, you really should be, right?
Yeah.
People engage with video messages and video messaging hundreds of times higher than they do with the written word. Hundreds of times higher.
Rob,
so
people buy people.
Using video, you should be.
People buy people. You know, so what we're going to talk about is we're going to talk about three things, and I'm going to quiz Rob. Rob, we're going to talk about the who, the what, and the where. So if you've got a pen handy, write that down: the who, the what, and the where. Or you can pause this video, come back to it, watch it a second time. It's not going to be that long because we don't need to take that much time. The who, the what, and the where. What do I mean by that, Rob? What is the who?
So the who needs to be our ideal client. Right.
Okay.
And all of this, what we're talking about today, sits in within the boundaries of who's our ideal client that's going to see and receive this message.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Now, we've done a lot of research for today's video based upon the fact of we know how many financial advisors search for video marketing on YouTube every month. Right.
Yeah, 2,500.
Yeah, 2,500. We know the who, and we know it's a really high priority for financial advisors in terms of search volume, right? So we've done our who. And we're going to talk about this with regards to the context of being a financial advisor. If, however, your ideal client is a 42-year-old single mum who's got a corporate job and 2 children and lives in the suburbs, well, the who changes, and therefore some of the how and the what change as well, right? Yeah, maybe the single mum doesn't want an abrupt video. Maybe they want a cuddle of a video. Maybe they want you suited and booted, or maybe they want you in a golf shirt.
Well, I'm going to pause you. We're going to move into the second level. We are moving naturally. You're moving naturally into the second level. So who is it? Right, who are you pitching this to? Don't pitch this to the whole world. Know who your ideal client is. Why? Because they respond to things differently. So the 42-year-old single mother who's in the corporate job will respond differently to the 28-year-old guy who's working as a mechanic and he doesn't have any children and he's not married yet. They've got different influences in their life. So, Rob, we're transitioning out of the who and we're going into the what. What do we mean by the what?
So the what is it we need to talk about? And I guess how do we need to talk about it within the message, right? Okay. So it's a what and a how. So let's just start with how, because that's kind of where I was leaving off. Is how does that person need to receive you within the video itself, right? Do they want you to be cold and abrupt and masculine, or do they need you to be more effeminate, more gentle? What do they need to see in you? Do they need you in a golf shirt? Do they need you suited and booted? Do they need you in a fancy corner office, or do they need you in a Ferrari? Do they need you talking from your front yard or in a corporate room somewhere? What is it that they need in order for that message to work well for them?
Yeah, to resonate with them. Yeah, that's the person I want to speak with.
The second thing is we've got to have, beyond that visual, we've got to have a hook, David, right? And the hook has to be something about money that they actually genuinely care about.
Yeah, it's got to be here. They're thinking about this when they get in the car in the morning. I was going to say when the CD starts, but who has a CD today? So when the local radio starts or Spotify kicks in or what have you not. That's it's like, that's the hook. The hook lives there.
The hook lives there. Now, the hook is not a current product or service that you have, right? The hook is one of these 4 pillars. The first thing is, I'm in debt. How do I get out of debt? And by debt, what I mean is student, credit card, store card, that stuff, right? Maybe home loan, right? That's a thing that people legitimately care about. That's the conversation they had at dinner last night, right? That's a hook. Another hook is about how do I make more money on a monthly basis for myself? That's a hook. Really care about that. And I know this because you as financial advisors care about this for yourself, right? You care about making more money on a monthly basis. So your clients care about this as well.
Yep.
Your clients care about the hook of having a better lifestyle, right? Nicer things, nicer experiences, better vacations, maybe a better home, better schooling for their kids, better clothing, more meals out, a nicer lifestyle. They care about that.
Home extension.
That's it. The home extension, that's it. And then the 4th hook they really care about is the concept of financial freedom that is highly spoken about these days as this elusive thing that you can have one day if you do the right thing, right? Those are 4 hooks. Now, if you want to get in front of people using your hooks, you need to go and talk about those hooks, right? And offer yourself as a person who can support somebody, not achieve, support somebody on their journey to having one of those things or all of those things achieved for themselves.
Okay,
So
now I want to come in, Rob. I want to come in because first of all, ladies and gents, if you're unsure how to do this, please contact us at the Advisor Business School. You can comment below or go to our website. Happy to have a discussion with you. But Rob, we've understood now who is the who and what is the what. I love saying that. But what's next? It's the where, isn't it? So can you explain that for me, please? We've got the who, we've got the what. What's this where thing?
So I'll start off that there's 2 different types of ways of using video, right?
Okay.
We've got an active way of using videos and we've got a reactive way of using video. So how do we go and distinguish the gap between those? Well, active is something where we have control of.
Okay.
Reactive is something where we give away control. Now, this video, for instance, is a reactive marketing video that we're doing.
Giving away
control. Putting it out to the world, and we are hoping that financial advisors watch it, and we're hoping they learn from it, and we're hoping that you engage with us. Right? That's reactive.
We're putting the book in the library, and we're hoping the right people come along to the library, look at the right shelf, and pick the right book out. Our book. That's technically what it is.
That's it. Now, it has a place, but we have to accept the fact that limited amount of control we have around reactive video marketing, right?
Correct.
Lots of people will claim that you can do clever keywords and SEO and hashtags and this, that, and the other, and it'll get you immaculate results. Those claims are hocus pocus at best, right? They're at best because they still rely on the trends not changing, the hashtags not changing, whatever else, right? You may well, David, be wondering, like, well, okay, that's that. And that's what a lot of the world suggests you should do, is give away power in your marketing to the world and hope for the best, right? That's not very much in control. Active video marketing. Well, what can that be? Let's get some examples. Active video marketing could be about you sending a message, a video message, to a friend of a current client, introducing yourself.
Correct.
Right? Active. It's highly targeted. It's talking to the person saying, hey, Jessica, my name's George. I help your friend Fred manage their money and make more money for themselves. In fact, actually, you've noticed they've got a pay rise at work recently, and I supported them with that a little bit. Would you like to have a conversation how I can do that for you?
And to give another example of that, that could be a company, and within that company, the employees are your target audience, and you go out there and you go and speak to the CEO, the CFO with video. Exactly the same, looking at it from a slightly different point of view.
That's it. And we could talk about group schemes as well, David. So we could go and say where, you could target a managing director or a CFO of a business and send them a message and go, hi, I see you've got a great business. Congratulations. You're probably paying too much for your group retirement scheme for your employees at this point in time. Would you like something at a lower price and a higher quality? I'm your person, right? That's another way of putting a video in front of somebody.
Excellent.
The important with this active approach is people ignore videos less than they ignore the written word. Now, you may all be thinking, well, cool, so I get that, right? Active and reactive. Where should I go and where or what platform should I use to go and send these, right? And that links back to the who. And David, I mean, you've been doing this for a long time. What lessons have you learned about where best to go and place those videos, in terms of that? Is it send a text message, or send a link via an email, or is it by Facebook DM or LinkedIn DM, or where best?
Well, again, it really depends upon your target audience. So if I was looking for retirees that have time to socialize, then it's probably not going to be LinkedIn. Because why do they want to be on LinkedIn if they are looking for community chat? Maybe from a social media point of view, maybe that would be a Facebook. So we have to think in this, in this sort of way. Where does that person hang out? What does that person do? And I know that your dad plays golf, right? And your dad's retired. He's doing pretty well for himself. Plays golf, so he can afford the golf fees. You know which course he knows which course he hangs out. So all of a sudden you go, oh right, okay. So that type of person lives in that type of place, hangs out in that type of place. We just need to be a little bit cute. A lot of people say, oh right, okay, I can use Hootsuite or some sort of thing like that where I can just spray this everywhere, spray and pray, and stick it out across all, God knows how many social media platforms out there, 28, 30 social media platforms or whatever there is, more than that. But the more we spread ourselves, the thinner we get. We really need to be targeted. And it's a question of, right, okay, this is who the person I want to speak with. Where do they hang out? And we don't have to think about social media, be outside of social media as well. So this might be like a Lions Club as an example. Now, somebody that wants, has a little bit of, I struggled with this word, Rob, need to put my teeth in, philanthropy. Yeah, everybody else is laughing as well. But who gets involved with Lions clubs? It tends to be people who have got to a certain point in their life. That's fine. That might not be your target audience, but we know who goes and supports Lions clubs. We know who goes to the golf club, not at the weekends, during the week.
That's it.
That's where we're getting there. That's where we're getting to. So that's, we talk about where, but it goes back to the who. The two are linked like that.
That's it. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is expectation, right?
Well, okay.
What I find with most people, especially in the financial services industry, is we have a disproportionately high level of expectation of return on investment. And so we have this wonderful hope that we put out 4 videos, get 1 meeting, and close the meeting, right? As a new piece of new business, right? And is that possible? In fact, that is possible and better when you get highly skilled at it. You get highly skilled at it by consistently putting a volume of messages out there, right? And then monitoring those messages to find out when I put a message out to my ideal who of this type of message gets far more engagement and traction and meetings booked with me than that sort of message. Therefore, I'm going to do more of this sort of message. We work in a numbers-based industry, folks. Let's go and take that numbers-based approach and apply this to our marketing so we get a higher return on investment from these videos that we put out there. We may well need to go and put out 40 or 50 video messages to go and get 3, 4, or 5 meetings. You may go, my gosh, Rob, that's a large amount of work. Well,
Is it?
Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. But what is 5 meetings actually worth for you with new customers, right? What is that actually worth to you? Is it worth the time to put out 50 30-second videos that will take you no more than 2 hours a week, right? 50 videos. And what does that maths look like in terms of those 5 new, let's say, couples that you meet, that you get to go and speak to and find out how you can help them with their financial needs? What's that worth to you in terms of a cash basis?
Well, this is it, Rob. Financial advisors are numbers-based people, and marketing, if we apply it correctly, can be a numbers-based problem that financial advisors can solve. And it comes back to consistency. It comes back to measuring and then applying the right tactics and strategies. And if you don't have those right tactics and strategies, then that's why you would pick the phone up and speak to Rob and myself. But being consistent with that message and not spraying and praying, because that's not what you did when you went through your certifications. You practiced, you rehearsed to a point where you knew absolutely everything to get the 72% pass rate, if I remember rightly, for the Series 66.
Or Series 7, one or the other, yeah.
Yeah, or one or the other. So this is what it's about: the expectation of you to get the results that you need is about getting the right message out to the right people. The who, the what, the where, and back to the who again.
That's it. So if you were looking to use video marketing for your practice as a financial advisor, or maybe you're just looking to go and just simply get more new clients into your business on a more consistent basis and sustain them without losing them for decades, drop us a line. Book some time with us. You'll find a link on our website or somewhere below, and we'll have a chat about how we can help you solve that problem quickly and easily for yourself. Thanks for hanging out with us.